It should be. Can anyone see it now? It's on. It's live. Okay, the stream should be live. Yes. Okay, and my voice isn't too weird, yeah? It's okay? Okay, cool. Okay, I hope you all have your 3D open. 3DsMax. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the website called ScriptSpot. So I'm gonna type in scriptspot.com and we're gonna get to this website. Okay. Now on this website we have, this is mainly for 3ds Max scripts. You can also download plugins, but we can't install them here. So let's concentrate on the script. In the search, I'm gonna type in fracture and then press enter. Now the fracture that we want is fracture Voronoi. I know this one works. So I'm gonna come on here. You can see some examples of what it looks like. And who made this? Submitted by Garp. So thank you, Mr. Garp. Okay, we're gonna download Voronoi 1.1. So just click and auto download. Let's show in folder. I am gonna drop this onto my desktop. So fracture, let me just drop it onto my desktop. Okay, and that's all we need to do for that. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is I want to make myself a quick, actually I'm not gonna make a model, why not? Let's just go and get ourselves a box. And in the perspective view, I'm gonna draw my box out. I'm not even gonna bother Alt W to increase my screen. I'm not gonna give it any segments. Press F4 to put my edge lines on. Let's move this to the side and pick it up a bit. And I'm also gonna make myself a sphere. Yep. Okay. Now what I want to do now is I want to open up or run the script that we just downloaded. So I'm gonna go to scripting, run script. So scripting in the toolbar menu, run script. And then I'm gonna go to where I put it, and I'll just throw it on my desktop. You can see fracture Voronoi v1.1 ms. That's Max script file. Open. Okay, now we have a new menu at the side. With many of these scripts that you can find, some will work, some won't work, some can be a bit buggy, but usually they'll have a menu or some function that you can use to control your objects or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to select my box. I'm going to say pick object, so pick current object I want to fracture. So I'm going to pick the object and select, boom, so you see it says box 001. And then it's going to ask me, I'm not going to worry about the ID channels for now. It's going to ask me how many parts do I want to break it into. We can say iterations. You see it's going to break into 100 pieces. We can put this down to 5, so we're going to break into 50 pieces, 25 pieces for now. So I'm going to click, okay, and boxes, multicolor, so it's going to break into different colors so you can see. And we're going to press the break button. So straight away, didn't take any time whatsoever. And it broke it into 25 pieces. Yep, and this is solid pieces inside. So if I select this one and just move it out so you can see, it's created like the insides and stuff. So I'm going to press undo, leave that there. And what we can do is we can go in here to get smaller cuts. So I'm going to select this one right here and click on the pick object, select the pick object, and click the one that I want to break down further. So that's selected now, part 20. You go. and then I'm gonna click break into, I don't want to break it into 25, let me put the iterations down. I want to break this into 10 and press break. No, per 10, yeah, and then press break. You can see it's broken into further pieces. Actually, let me break this piece into more pieces. Yeah, and then press break again. Boom. Okay, now I'm gonna show you another function, MassFX. Okay, so to get into our MassFX menu, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click at the top in my toolbar and go down to MassFX toolbar. Okay, so it's brought that here. Let me just pull it up to my side menu up here, and here we can decide if we want our objects to hold a mass by itself, be dynamic. That means as soon as the timeline starts it will automatically fall or do what it's meant to do, or we can have a kinematic rigid body. The kinematic means that it will hold itself into place until something physically moves it. This way, if you've got animation going on in the future, you can do a bunch of different things, like have someone run through a wall and have it crack and splinter and stuff like that. And then you have rigid body, so these are going to be static, stuff that are not going to move. What we want to do, we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to select dynamic body. So first of all, we're going to select what we want to be dynamic. Then I'm going to click on this, hold down, and select dynamic rigid body. Okay, now because we have many selected, what usually would happen if we had one selected is it will come up in the menu bar here, but that won't happen because we have many. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this button here, which is the MassFX World Builder tool. And here we can set some properties. So we've got the scene. We can control how our gravity reacts and what direction the gravity falls in. We're going to keep it simple and not really move much, but here we have the play button, so start simulation and stuff, and we have the bake. So that's the most important thing right now, is the start the simulation, that's the animation, and then if you're happy with what it looks like, you can bake it. Automatically the floor is set to the grid is set to your floor plane, so it doesn't fall indefinitely. So why don't we just press start simulation to see what happens here. Okay, so you can see it's simulated, and it's fallen into different pieces, smaller to large from how it was cracked. And just if you're happy with that, we can go bake all, because everything's already still selected. And then it's going to re-simulate it again, but with keyframes going down at the bottom, down here. Okay, so it's finished. Now I can deselect my boxes. And then if I play the timeline, so I have complete control, you can see what is happening. And for your works, like Jaden was asking me yesterday, you can actually have complete models being built, or you can select bits that you want to break off, use the fracture to break them into pieces, and then use the simulate on the MassFX to have it fall in a natural position. Yep. Okay, so that's the main thing that I wanted to show you guys today. It's very nice, simple, easy to do, and it should be straightforward. Okay, let's do one more on our circle. So this is fine, we don't need to worry about this anymore. Let's break up our sphere. So again, I'm gonna pick object to fracture. So I've picked my sphere 001. You can set how many pieces you want, so I can be specific and just write in 75 pieces. Break into 75 pieces. This is taking slightly longer. Boom, there we go. And then we can go in further, select the piece that we want to crack even more, because there should always be smaller debris floating around your larger pieces. And as a matter of fact, you could probably, depending on how your model is, you could probably use this to design rocks, you know, nice rocks without spending too much time on them. And then we can I'm going to select another piece here to break into more. I'm not going to break that into 75, it might break the computer. I'm gonna say 20 pieces. Okay, and then click break again. So you can see the condensedness in here. Actually, let me select this piece here. Select, and I'm gonna break this again into another 20 pieces. So you have even smaller tiny pieces. Okay, so we're done with that. You can always just close it. We don't need it anymore. And then, like I said, selecting. I'm gonna select all of these, and you know what? I am going to deselect this experiment in here, this blue one that I have here. And then I'm gonna go start simulation. Oh, sorry, did it wrong. I don't want to click start simulation. I need to set these to a dynamic. Now I want to start simulation. Let's bring that back up. I want to deselect this. See, let me select this. Okay. Start simulation. What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something wrong. Select, deselect, select dynamic. Okay, and then I want to start simulation. Yep, okay, that's cool. Okay, and I'm just gonna bake all of that without looking. And you can see the other objects here with the MassFX on actually interact with the circle. So let's deselect that. You can see how it's pushing all of the smaller pieces out of the way, which is very nice. And let's mess around with this one now. So let's put a MassFX dynamic on it. But what I want to do is, over in here we have the options. We can say its density, its mass, its friction, how much it bounces. Let's put the bounce to 1. Actually, let's put a balloon on here. Forces, actually, we can add a force. So let's add a force. Create space warps, forces. Let's put vortex or wind. Let's put wind. Nice and simple. So the wind is shooting up. Let's select our one anomaly here. I want to add the wind, so I've added a wind to this. Actually, I didn't set how the strength of our wind. Let's put our wind to 5. I don't know, we're gonna experiment here. Let's simulate that. Oop, there it goes. Went off. Okay, too much. Let's go back. Let me go onto the wind and put it down to 0.5. And let's try again. Let's play. Okay, it's fallen out of the range. Let's change this. We can change the scale of the wind so it encapsulates it. Let's try again. Okay, 0.5 is not strong enough. Let's put it on 1. Play again. No, still not strong. It's moving though, so let's put it on 4. There it goes. Okay, so what we want, magic number of 3. Testing and experimenting. Yeah. Play. Okay, a lot slower moving up. 2.5. You can see I've not actually practiced or tested this before. Okay, so there's lots of different things that you can do with the forces. Actually, unless let's bake selected. And let's see, where did that go? I have to simulate that again. Simulate. Bake selected. Okay, and there we go, that one flew off into oblivion. Okay, and that's it for this tutorial. Use your imaginations to see how it can benefit you in any way, shape or form. Straight off, this was for Jaden. Clarice could use it for his outdoor scene, and many others of you can use it. Okay, goodbye.